Hello friends, have you ever struggled to remember the numeric permissions? Have you ever stuck in between when someone asks you, hey, could you please change me the permission of file to the read execute or read write? I do. If someone suddenly asks me, hey, please change the permission to this one, I am like, wait, let me think about the numeric value first in my mind. Let me do some calculation and then I used to respond, right? I mean, everyone used to do the same. If someone asks you, to change the permission to this. I mean, we used to first think in our mind, we used to do that calculation. Okay, if you want read permission, I have to give 4. If you want write, I have to give a true 1 for execute. So is there any way that we can have another alternative way to deal with this problem? Then yes, we have one way. We can use alphabets for giving the permissions, right? How can we achieve this? Let's try something. Okay, I'm in the test directory and I have currently two files called app.txt and db.txt. Okay, and someone asked me, hey Rohit, could you please give the right permission to the user for app.txt file? It's already there. Okay, let's say change the scenario. If someone asks me, could you please give the execute permission for the user on the app.txt file? So how can I achieve this without using the numeric permission is first is a chmod change permission for whom? For group. Okay, and which permission I have to give to group? Let's say I have to give write permission for the group. So I'm just giving group write plus write permission. Okay, and my file name that is app.txt. And let's verify. Here it is. I have write permission for my group. Okay, for on the app.txt file. If someone asking me, hey, please can you grant execute permission for app.txt for everyone? Okay, for everyone. Let's say. Yeah, so I can simply do it using my alphabets, right? They are asking for everyone, so I can use A. And what permission they want? They want execute permission. On which file? app.txt. And let's verify it. Now I have execute permission for everyone. Suppose that user is saying you, no, I don't want execute permission for others. Could you please revoke it? Yes. Let's say change mode. They don't, sorry, chmod. They don't want execute permission for others. Okay. So for others, I have to remove execute permission. So for removing, I am giving minus here. Okay. For adding, I mean, we are giving plus. So for removing any permission, I am giving minus. So I don't want execute permission for others. On which file? Let's say app.txt file. And if I verify the same, now others don't have the execute permission on my app.txt file. And that's it. This found me very cool thing. Okay. If you are struggling to remember the numeric values, you can use this. So let's go through this chart one so you can go through all the short forms. Okay, for read permission we used R, W for write permission, and X for execute permission. For user we are using U, for group G, for others O, and at a time you have to implement something for all the users, groups, and others, you can use A. Plus for adding the permission, R for removing the permission. Okay, so let's try some more things here. Uh, okay, now what if someone asks me, please give read write execute permission for the TP, read execute permission for the group, and read execute permission for the others. Then how can we achieve this? Same process, change mode. What they want read write execute permission for the user, right? So I'll give user read write execute permission, comma, for group if they want read write permission, and suppose for others they want read execute permission. Okay, I haven't given any file name. You can just try to read the errors and try to figure it out. Okay, so I'll give file name on which file I want this. I want to implement this on the my db.txt file. Okay, and let's verify the permissions now. I can see I have read write execute permission for the user. I have read write permission for the group. I have read execute permission for the others. So this is the way if you are struggling with the numeric value sometime, you can use this alternative way. I found this way very, very cool, so I just thought to share with you. I hope you also enjoy this. Wish you best. Bye bye.